principles, the things that we believe in. The law is the law. When you have 3 lawyers here and 2 of them are acting oblivious to the law, there is something wrong. If you read Section 14 of the Political Parties Act, it says a person shall not be a member of more than one political party. And a person, while being a member of a political party, a person who, while being a member of a political party, in any way or manner, publicly advocates for formation of another political party or promotes the ideology, interests or policies of another political party shall, notwithstanding the provisions of subsection 1 or any other written law, be deemed to have resigned from the previous political party. The moment you are a member of ODM and you say you will vote for a candidate other than a candidate promoted by your own party, you are advancing the interests of that political party, which is why I'm saying, by dint of the law as it is today, Aladwa and his colleague here are deemed to have resigned from ODM. They are now, for all intents and purposes, members of UDA. Now, this particular party, just a minute, let me read the law. This particular law anticipated what agenda is trying to tell us here. There is a condition under which you are allowed to do these things even when you don't belong to that political party. It says here at the proviso that these provisions shall not apply in a condition or a situation where you are in a coalition agreement or in a coalition pact. You understand, Trevor? That is the law that these guys want to run away from. Now, secondly, political parties are not formed to win court cases. Political parties are formed to win power. So if you are a political entity and you count your victories as the number of times you have argued before the Supreme Court, you are an NGO, you're not a political party. I am preparing ODM for 4 by-elections, and I have run a total number of 1 general election and at least 10 by-elections. Trevor, you were there with me. In all of those areas, from Kwale to Matungu, all of those places, there is no presence of Third Way Alliance. So when he talks to us about victories in court, fold your party and form an NGO, a Karua court, that's not why political parties exist. So for us as ODM, we will count our victories not in the courts. If a Karua court, you ran alone, I am telling you, you would not meet the threshold to be elected as president because your votes are known. They are 18,000. You understand? So please, don't come here and tell us about ODM and being selfish and so on and so forth. So I want to be very clear, Trevor, that for me, these things they say that I am stuck in old positions, that I am too independent. It's called values. And if you don't stand by your values when they are being tested, they are hobbies. You would rather stop calling yourself somebody who believes in values. And this party that is called ODM, until and unless you have complied with the law on how you can interact with other political parties, I hold the position that we are in a very good place as ODM to form government in 2027. There is nothing that stops us. We have alliances with people who are like-minded, people who believe in the things that we believe in. We can walk the journey with those same people and win the election. Okay. So these people who are selling off the opportunity for ODM to form government, you have to ask what is their motivation. It is the party leader who will give us that direction. It is in the constitution, it says it is him to lead those discussions. Okay. So he will make a decision whether he wants to sit with his colleague, what is his name, the wiper boss, Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, all of those people were in Azimio. They are still in Azimio with us. Now, Rigathi Gachagua is not eligible to run for elections. He's not eligible to run because he's an impeached deputy president. So let them have whatever discussions they want. But I can assure you that whatever decision is made, it has to be for the interest of the people, to save this country from this regime. Yeah, but the party leader will give that. That is his job. That is his job under the constitution. The rest of us are just giving our views. So we are giving our views. We are giving our views. I have said my piece, Trevor, that it doesn't matter what is said. I will not be voting for William Ruto. I have said it. That's my choice. That's my democratic choice. And nobody can force me. Okay. Trevor. If his committee summons the governor of Kisumu, we cannot allow the deputy Owili to appear and tell us that this is the situation. He knows it. Yeah. So he's being clever with words. He knows for a fact that if you are summoned, the IG of police is an individual. He's an individual. You can't sell us stories that, in fact, that is part of the contempt that you umedharau an institution to an extent that you are summoned before Ojenda's committee, then you send your PA, your PA to go and explain. And Ojenda himself will not allow even that PA to open his mouth. So I don't know what he's talking about. Number two, Trevor, the state cannot tell us that they do not know the people doing this. The part of the social contract, when you decide to be a country, there are some of us, we all have rights to bear arms, but we cede that right to bear arms to the state so that it can take care of everyone. What these gentlemen are inviting us to is anarchy, because you cannot tell unarmed Kenyans, unarmed individuals, to confront people who are clearly armed. The result is not something that you can control, you know, but we are being pushed there as Kenyans. I am very persuaded myself that this is something that now, if the state is saying it is not them, and we know it is them, it is not coincidence, Trevor, that just a few days before the police command is supposed to appear in court, then these young people are somehow released at various locations.
They are not released by the police.
That's what I'm telling you. It is not coincidence, Mheshimiwa Tom. We live in this country. We live in this country. It was not coincidence in 2016 that a few days after the NIS director appeared in court, the bodies were found in Oldonyosabuk. So it is not a coincidence. We know. And for anyone to tell us that they don't know what is happening or who is doing this, it is to actually acknowledge that as a state, you are unable to protect your people. Today morning, Trevor, if you go to the police station in Tom Ojenda's rural home, there are a few chicken thieves being arraigned today. The police know, all the chiefs know every misconduct in the village, but somehow the country is being told that the police, the entire security apparatus, does not know what is happening here. For me personally, as a senator, I would actually propose that all these people be also summoned before committees of parliament. And unfortunately, if it is Ojenda who's in the security committee, I think the first thing I will do as a whip in the Senate is to reconstitute that security committee so that we can have a proper conversation. Let Douglas Kanja come there. And I have met Douglas Kanja. He's an amiable guy. There's people within the state who tell these officers that even if you go or you don't go, nothing is going to happen. We want them to appear before committees of parliament, because part of parliament's role is to resolve issues of concern to the people. I don't think there is a greater issue of concern to the people of Kenya right now than the fact that you can just be picked up from the road and disappeared. So we want Douglas Kanja to appear before Senate. We want Nurdin Haji to appear. We want Mohamed Amin to appear. We want these abductees, every single person who has been a victim of abduction. These people need to tell Kenyans what is going on. All of them need to share.
But some of them are saying they've been threatened not to speak.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we have to put a stop to this, and we need to know who is doing these things and what is happening. So if you don't tell your story, how are we supposed to help? Because all of us over the Christmas period have been concerned about the whereabouts and safety of these young people. So you cannot tell us that you will not tell us what happened. Okay. We are all in this together, and today it is you, tomorrow it is going to be me. Okay. So we need to find an end to this problem, and I think that this matter should now come before the Houses of Parliament as an issue of concern to the people.
Okay. Trevor, yes.